It's the World Indoor Rowing Championships.
Come on, Clay!
The people who come to this thing are the most fit human beings who walk the earth. And you also have like the 85-year-old who's just been training his heart out for the past 40 years.
It's really the atmosphere that everybody's going after. Hundreds of people in one room just hurting.
You've nowhere to hide, really. You know, the machine sat there in front of you. You can move around a little bit more in a boat. The conditions can be different in a boat. Where this, it's just you sat in a machine in front of all these people, you know.
It's a pretty cool environment, you know. I mean, for one thing, you're at Agganis Arena, you know, which is kind of one of the cool sports venues in the city, for one thing. You know, I mean, normally you've got, you know, BU hockey going there and stuff. They take the floor up for us, and they just fill the whole floor with, it's just a sea of rowing machines. You know, and for us, it's one of the big events on the rowing calendar, for sure.
Let's go in!
Probably the last sort of hurrah before you hopefully get back on the water and the ice starts to melt.
What got it all going was the invention of these machines and the ability to test people one against the other in such a way that the measurement of your output was the same no matter what machine you were on.
Well, my brother and I, about 30-some years ago, put the erg together in the first ones were like a bicycle wheel, so we really put it together for people like ourselves. And it turns out that it was kind of embraced by a larger community, as you can see.
I believe the first C.R.A.S.H sprint was 1982.
I think there were 90 people at the Harvard Boathouse, and it wasn't even our idea. That's the thing that I guess is disappointing, that we didn't think of it, because it's such a great idea.
You know, it started as, what can we do to not get bored in the middle of a winter, you know, and this has been in Boston a hell of a winter.
I don't know, we're over 100 inches right now.
So this is definitely the winter where they were like, hey, we're bored and there's this new funny thing called the erg. Let's just compete because we're rowers and we just love competing in everything.
And so they named it the Charles River All-Star Has-Beens, and that's where the acronym comes from, C.R.A.S.H.
Because at 11:45 you've got kids rowing there and there. Yeah, and this is empty.
We had no humility when we set it up. From the get-go, we were the C.R.A.S.H Sprint's World Indoor Rowing Championships. And at one point I remember FISA, which is the world governing body of outdoor rowing, came to us and kind of questioned our authority to put on such an event. Whereupon we sent them a letter and said we'd be glad to sanction them for outdoor rowing if they wanted. So that was the end of that inquiry.
It's really interesting because a lot of the same people who are in and around the founding of C.R.A.S.H was the same folks who were in and around the founding of community rowing, you know, and I think, you know, one of the things that we believe really strongly at C.R.A.S.H is that every day we want to bring together people of all different types, from all different backgrounds, who are at the top of their game fitness, who are just getting into the sport, and C.R.A.S.H is at a really similar place, except that it's the World Championship. You know, it's the only World Championships where everybody can come and register on their own. You don't have to qualify. You don't have to be at the national team or the Olympic, you know, or even the top of the junior level. It's for everybody. It can be the top kid on your team through the middle and all the way to the kid who just started 2 weeks ago.
When you're watching other people row, when you're watching other people row, they make it look so easy, and then when you're on there, you're dying, and then it's like your legs burn, and then you can't think straight because all I can think of is this over yet? Like, oh God, I'm not ready.
Our mission as part of C.R.A.S.H is to make rowing for all, and the program is a free rowing program for students in the Boston Public Schools, open to grades 8 through 12. You know, there's a huge amount of rowing in Boston, but not a lot of actual kids who live in the city limits, so our goal is really to get kids who live in the city of Boston and get them out on the river. One thing I love about our team, they're from all over the city, they're from all different teams, all different backgrounds, but like When they're here, that doesn't matter. But they're just here experiencing that together. They're a team. They're looking out for each other. I think that's a pretty special thing for any high school kid to get to go to the pinnacle of their sport.
I didn't know it was gonna be that much people in the stands.
I don't think they have any concept of what they're getting into. You know, they've been to a few little local regattas where there's 4 or 5 people watching on the shore and a couple parents, you know.
I was up late last night, but I slept in a bit this morning.
Yeah. Were you nervous or?
Yeah, I was a little nervous and I was watching TV last night.
This is the World Championships. There's people who have come from the West Coast who are flying all the way over here to compete in this. There's people coming from Germany.
My expectations aren't high.
You need to hit the bathroom before you get on the erg, go ahead. But we'll go ahead and head back out there.
I started rowing to get out on the water. I stayed for the team and the camaraderie.
The thing I love about rowing is it unleashes the champion within each of us.
It can be a rainy day, but if the water's like glass, it's a beautiful day.
I row because it's my passion. I love the workout, I love the friends, I love the challenge.
The minute I got on the water, it was just something I loved. Going on the water, it's fun.
It changed my life. Be a champion, join US Rowing.
Perseverance, determination, work ethic.
Welcome to Learn to Row!
Today I decided I'm going to be an Olympian.
Recruiting is a tricky thing.
So you're trying to balance academics at the highest level as well as rowing at the highest level.
The lessons it teaches you are so much more about how to be a successful human being than just being a good athlete.
That was a way better answer than mine. I'll add one thing to my answer.
Oh, are we competitive? What?
C.R.A.S.H is it's kind of like a stepping stone. You know, it's almost like everybody goes and does it. Good opportunity to kind of see where the rest of the world is. The Canadians have this great video called the Pain Contest, and they just talk about rowing as a pain contest, and whoever is able to push themselves further and further into that hurt locker is going to win. A 2K test is the classic. It's like 6 minutes of fury, and by that 5th minute, you're on fire. Every rower understands that pain, and that's kind of what the sport is about. Most people always complain about the difficulty of a 2K test, but this is kind of that spirit of embracing it, and everybody goes together. All different age groups, all different abilities.
Good, Joanna, get back on it, nice and steady.
I did my first year at C.R.A.S.H before I really even started rowing here at C.R.A.S.H. Really just sort of did it on a whim.
Arms long here.
So I have cerebral palsy. You know, it's something you have from birth.
Yes, nice, Cal.
And I've had a couple of major leg surgeries to improve my gait and leg function, which have been great, sort of muscle lengthening. And so that's why I don't use my legs to row. I can walk, you know, I have legs, but they really don't do me much good when it comes to rowing. So that puts me in the trunk and arms category. Strap down those legs and you just pivot from the hip and use your body and your arms.
There's one.
A lot of people just want to pat you on the head and say it's just so great that you're trying, you know. But that's not what we want. You know, we want people who are going to push us, and they do.
Those legs on it. Yes, good, nice, right there. There it is. Yes, go for it, Cal. That's what I want to see. Right there. That's it, Cal. Nice. Right on. Yes, good. There it is. Hold it. Nice. Yes, good. Send that boat. That's what I'm talking about, Cal. I see 148 there. Okay, I want to see 147 next time. I've only known him now for about 1.5 years.
But from what I've seen, just his drive factor has become so much greater, even within the last 6 months. Like last year he went to trials and ended up making it, but not being able to go to World Championships. And so I think after that it was kind of like a little taste for him. So with that now, he's taking that and he's trying to progress and trying to get better, and especially feeling confident with the trunk and arms. He has been working all winter for this, and so he's totally gonna break 4 minutes easily.
Easily, Jenny?
Easily. Cal, I have no doubt in you.
And baby holding, you know, it's,
you know.
The baby's not heavy, but it's that endurance,
Oh, it's
you
the
know?
baby holding,
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You hold that 7 pounds in the crook of your arm.
Yeah. Do you change arms every now and then, Cal?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Kate's gotta like sit in a good spot in the stands where it's like I can see that little baby face, you know?
Yep.
She's gonna be in the stands on Sunday, which is a little extra motivator for me, so I'm just thrilled about it. Did you see my beautiful baby? Blizzard baby. She came right at the beginning of this massive snow streak that we got here in Boston. Little baby Finley Ann Borchers. She'll be 1 month this week, and she's just precious. I mean, we're so excited. So this doctor comes in. This is baby's brand newborn, like in the little incubator, and she's trying to explain, like, now she does have quite abnormal right hand, as if this is like going to be devastating to me, and I'm like, it's nothing, like it's going to be great, and so she's got 2 fingers and a thumb on her right hand.
Get a picture.
Hello. That's my girl. I'll spin her though so you can see her. There you go.
Baby's first regatta.
That's right. And I'm sure that the day will arrive when she's a teenager or middle school or whatever it is, and even if it's just for vanity's sake, she'll be self-conscious about it, or whatever it is. And so, I mean, I don't think that she's going to be way thrown off by this in her life, but I do think it's pretty cool that she'll be able to look back and say, look, Dad has a disability too. He's got CP. And he just gets right out there and, does sports, he's got a career, whatever it is. All right, baby girl. We're sending the message early now. At 1 month old, she won't remember this, but we'll be able to tell her about it and we'll take pictures.
Good luck, Daddy. Say good luck, Daddy.
I started rowing to get out on the water. I stayed for the team and the camaraderie.
The thing I love about rowing is it unleashes the champion within each of us.
It can be a rainy day, but if the water's like glass, it's a beautiful day.
I row because it's my passion. I love the workout, I love the friends, I love the challenge.
The minute I got on the water, it was just something I loved. Going on the water, it's fun.
It changed my life. Be a champion, join US Rowing.
Perseverance, determination, work ethic.
Welcome to Learn to Row!
Today I decided I'm going to be an Olympian.
Recruiting is a tricky thing.
So you're trying to balance academics at the highest level as well as rowing at the highest level.
The lessons it teaches you are so much more about how to be a successful human being than just being a good athlete.
That was a way better answer than mine. I'll add one thing to my answer.
Oh, we're competitive? What?
I should never ate the goldfish. I mean, the gummy bears.
So Francis is a really cool kid. He goes to Brighton High, which is right near here. He joined in the fall, and he kind of emerged as a leader just because he was very enthusiastic about the program. Get your handle out past your knees before you slide. He can be a little shy at times.
I'm just nervous about the amount of people that are going to be there and who's going to be there.
I don't want to embarrass him, but he's a sweet guy, Like, I think he thinks about, what the coaches think about him. He wants to do well for his teammates. Do you have anything you're going to like think about in the middle of the race to help you get through, or?
I'm disappointing my teammates.
What do you mean?
Like,
say more about that.
Not disappointing them, and like, if we're in a race, not being the reason why we lost.
Okay. And that's like the ideal thing you want, because rowing is such a team sport, is just someone who really wants to work hard for their teammates. C.R.A.S.H is kind of notorious for, like, they always get pictures of people puking. It's really gross. I don't know what it is, but they always. Have you ever puked from working out, or?
No, I haven't puked from working out, but I've puked from drinking chlorine once.
Oh, right,
Yeah, at the pool.
Attention. Royce is a great guy. When he came in, he was like 6 feet tall as a 12-year-old, and he showed up to practice every single day and didn't say anything. And just was on time, ready there, and that kind of like defined how he was going to participate. You know, he was just like rock solid every single day.
When I get next to other boats, I'm really competitive, and I want to pull harder than everybody.
5 to 10, let's go. What? Got it, Royce, almost done. Yep.
My goal is to try and go under 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
I don't think it's gonna feel like really like overwhelming or crazy, but I have no idea. I mean, I've never been.
Okay, build up for 3 to an open rate. 1, 2, 3, have at it.
Charlie he's kind of like the spirit of the team, because he's very concerned. He's about making sure everyone is included. But 2 years ago, I saw a guy break his chain.
I watched the YouTube video of that, and then they had him like redo it later on. And
Yeah.
he was sitting next to like 8-year-old girls, and he was like going at it, and they were just like, what?
It's much more of a team sport than something like baseball or football, because you really rely on everyone. Like if any one person messes up, like that's it.
2, 1, go.
You have to ask Luke about how he really got fit for the first time in his life, carrying dirt up and down hills in the wilds of Northern California for puck rowers. When he was in high school, that's how he first tapped into his natural genetic ability. This kid moved here last year. He's been training at community rowing and attending the Institute for Rowing Leadership. And you really want to look for Luke on the podium in Rio de Janeiro in 2016. So he's competing for C.R.A.S.H at the C.R.A.S.H.
Olympics would be awesome. 2016 might be a stretch, that's the dream, but 2020 is definitely in the plans if I can do it. It's been a tough winter. For example, it's usually about 5 to 6 hours a day, just crazy minutes, crazy meters. At least 2 practices a day, more like 3 most of the time. And then once we're back on the river, it's just rowing from one end to the other twice a day, trying to get in as many meters as possible before a competition starts. I hit about 1 million meters in about a month and a half, 2 months, and that's a lot of hours on the erg, and I think that's what did my rib in, basically. Yeah. Pulled some things and got close to breaking a rib, and then about 2 weeks ago I was able to jump on the machine again, and I've been trying hard to get back in shape, but I'm not nearly where I should be at this time of year, thanks to that rib problem. If I take top 10, if I break 6 minutes, which is a pretty hard standard to hit, I'll be stoked.
I started rowing to get out on the water. I stayed for the team and the camaraderie.
The thing I love about rowing is it unleashes the champion within each of us.
It can be a rainy day, but if the water's like glass, it's a beautiful day.
I row because it's my passion. I love the workout, I love the friends, I love the challenge.
The minute I got on the water, it was just something I loved. Going on the water, it's fun.
It changed my life. Be a champion. Join U.S. Rowing.
Perseverance, determination, work ethic.
Welcome to Learn to Row!
Today I decided I'm going to be an Olympian.
Recruiting is a tricky thing.
So you're trying to balance academics at the highest level as well as rowing at the highest level.
The lessons it teaches you are so much more about how to be a successful human being than just being a good athlete.
That was a way better answer than mine. I'll add one thing to my answer.
Oh, are we competitive? What?
Best things you can learn out of this whole thing is how to come into a really intense environment like this, right? Where there's lots of people watching and like lots of yelling, and come in and stay focused and execute your race plan.
230, guys. 230.
There's a whole lot here, so keep it moving.
230, guys.
Yep.
Come on.
Got him. Got him. Where'd they go?
Make sure you bring the rate up with like 800 meters left, just to like not to drop it.
If you imagine getting on a treadmill and running a mile just flat out as fast as you could, it's kind of like that, but for rowing.
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
I should be able to finish at least not last place.
It's do or die, basically.
Well, good luck. Have fun.
Thanks, man. The anxiety of watching so many races has gotten to me. I was just sitting there watching everybody hurt. Now, you know, I know it's going to happen. No pain in the ribs at all. It's going to be all out. It's just going to be fitness. I think that's the limiting factor. Not injury, not mental state, but fitness. Whew.
I'm pretty confident that this superstar coming down from Canada, Cameron Sinclair, he's probably the favorite. There he is.
Already set a couple world records this year, so I really would like to see Cal kind of give him a run for his money.
You been in town for long, or did you just get in? Got in on Friday night about midnight, so I guess Saturday morning midnight.
So I know it's going to be a lot for him, but I think he can do it.
Please, can you make your way onto the race floor now, so that we can prepare for the first race of the day.
This is the start. Go off your monitor.
Come on, Cal!
All right, Luke, come on. Here we go. Here we go. Finish it strong. That's it. There you go. Just stay consistent. There you go.
Here it is. Here it is. Good. Nice, nice, nice. For most of them, the first 2-3 minutes aren't so bad, and about halfway through you really start to feel it. You start to get lactic acid building up in your muscles. You start to run out of oxygen. You get to that oxygen debt. Stay relaxed. You got a big lead on your split. And it just really starts to burn, start breathing heavy. You'll see people with about 500 meters to go last quarter start making faces.
Good job, Nick. Now get to that 500. Get to that 500. Only 7 strokes.
Wincing. They'll get something nasty.
Nice shot, Nick. Get that 200 meter mark. Let's see it. Let's see it.
This is the key right here. 500 to that 350. Come on, big guy. So the last 2 or 3 minutes, it's just really about gritting it out.
Bring up the right. Give me everything. Give me everything. Only 15 strokes left. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 27.
Forgot how much that hurt. I really did.
Get to that 500. Get to that 500. Only 7 strokes.
Well, my goal would be that they go the fastest they've ever gone. Like if everyone does their personal best on Sunday, 100% success.
6 minutes, 0.9. I missed my goal by basically 0.9. It's less than a second off my best ever, so probably I'm happy with it. But if I did this again next weekend, I'd go faster, I think.
You can do it again next weekend?
Hell no. I'm not gonna do that for months.
Come on, honey! Go, Cal!
I missed by a few seconds. 4:03. So I'm bummed.
It was a really fast race, but for being a new dad, I think he worked it out really well. I think he should be proud. Hi, sweetheart.
Hi.
You say, hi, Daddy, good job.
You're still eating?
Still eating.
How hungry are you?
She took a break for your race.
Oh, that's nice.
She says, good job.
And our first place winner from the University of Western Ontario, Cameron Sinclair, and a new world record of 3:21.7.
They did well. Gave it everything they got. Nice job, Ernesto. Nice job. Royce, how'd you do?
18th place.
Nice.
Whoa, I beat you?
Well, they were in a different section.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Rowing is strange because you know it's going to hurt and you hate it, but once it's over, you can't wait to do it again. That's how most rowers feel.
Just about as much as I
You feeling any better?